Oh boy.
We've destroyed your Horcruxes! Your luck has run out! Yeah.
Haha! Yeah! Wow.
We have come far, you and I, but now you must fail.
Why must I fail?
Yeah. Dumbledore was a fool putting his trust in you.
So it seems to be that the Petrificus Totalis is like probably the best thing against him. Everything else he seems to like just get rid of, you know.
Where will you go to now, Harry? There is nowhere left to run.
The heck? Obviously.
And many, many more.
I know there was a thing that I missed, so.
Why do you live? Because I have something worth living for. You were right. The Elder Wand will always fail you. It belongs to me. I killed Snape. The Wand's allegiance was never to Snape. Let's end this the way we started it. Together. I told you. It's useless to you.
Oh my gosh, what am I gonna have to do now? Alright. Yes. Go to the right, go up, to the left.
No!
Oh my gosh. Wow. This is really ridiculous. Get it up, get it up, get it over. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. I can't get this one. Sorry, guys. I'll have to try this again. It's just, like, it's not... Get it over. Gosh, this is ridiculously... Get it, get it, get it! Get it over! Oh my gosh. I can't even... Get it over! Oh my gosh, really? Get it? No! Oh my gosh, more? Oh. I kind of like the way that he died in the movie, to be honest with you. That was a little bit cooler than that.
Not exactly leaving the place better than we found it, are we?
Why didn't it work for him? The Elder Wand.
When Voldemort killed Snape, he thought the wand would become his, but it never belonged to Snape. It was Draco who disarmed Dumbledore. From then on, the wand answered to him, until I disarmed Draco.
But that means...
It answers to me.
What do you reckon we should do with it?
That was a really short game. I would imagine it's probably a lot longer if you actually did harder difficulty, but then it'd just be like, it's just more of just monotonous stuff, you know?
Come on, Albus. James is already on board. Lily, I told you. No one gets to go to Hogwarts until they are of age.
You'll be on that train with Rose soon as well, Hugo.
Don't wish their lives away already, Ron.
Hopefully their time at Hogwarts will be less eventful than ours.
Still never liked that scene. Well, that's cool. Cool game. I mean, it's really, really short. I did the entire game in one recording session. Same night that I actually got the game. So, I don't see me playing it again. I mean, it's cool. Definitely pretty fun. I'm sure it has, the challenges might have replay value, but I don't know. I mean, then it just becomes like, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I don't think changing it, the difficulty up to a higher difficulty will make this. It won't make the. Might make the game longer depending on how good you are at the game. But it's not going to make the story any longer. The story is still, it's still it's all all the components are still there. So it really just depends on how good you are at the game at that point or whatever. Depending on how well this is received from the channel, if you guys want to see the other games, I'll certainly get them and play them. Do part 1 of Deathly Hallows. I heard Half-Blood Prince actually got a better rating than this game. This one here has probably the second best rating that I've seen. But and then Order of the Phoenix, I heard was terrible, which makes sense because it's probably these games are based off the movies, which in the context of movies, Order of the Phoenix was the worst movie. So I can only imagine that it probably is the worst game. But anyway, so I'll consider, it just depends. So if you guys watch it and it gets well received, I'll do the others. But otherwise, definitely read the books. The books are awesome. I actually read all 7 of them in a month. I literally I was still in college, and it was summer break, so I didn't have much else to do. So and the last movie was this part 2 is coming out in July, so I decided to because I actually hadn't read all the books, so I decided just to sit down and read them all. So I read every single one in a month, right before the movie came out, and that was probably the most epic reading session I've ever had. Very, very epic. I will say that I used audiobooks, but at the same time I actually sat down and still had the book in my hand and followed along. It just helped because I didn't have to read it. I could just listen to it and follow along. I didn't have to. It just helped me save. It saved, I guess, getting headaches. Because if you read that much, it's insane. You probably would go crazy. But it's nice. The audiobooks certainly help, and it's also good if you're out doing other things. But I actually wasn't. I just sat on my bed, read them, or listened to the audiobooks and followed along, which is certainly a very good help. So that's one way to do it. If you actually like to read, you can do it, but I wouldn't recommend. If you get, I don't know if you've ever tried reading like that, but it's pretty crazy. Anyway, so my favorite movie, of the series, I'd have to say it's probably part 1, actually. I just like I don't know, it's just much more. I love part 2, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love part 2, but I really do like part 1 as well. A lot. I'd say definitely just a little bit more than part 2, because part 2 is just mostly, to me, it's just a giant action movie, whereas part 1 is much more story driven. Probably one of the most story driven in the series, besides the first couple, and then the Half-Blood Prince. I really liked Half-Blood Prince, obviously, too. The Prisoner of Azkaban movie was alright. That was my favorite book of the series. Well, it's hard for me to say, because I absolutely loved Order of the Phoenix, book-wise. So, Prisoner of Azkaban and Order of the Phoenix is kind of 2 and 1 and 1. I like them about the same, really. I think that's why I hated the movie so much, because it's the shortest movie and it's the longest book. Please, somebody in Hollywood, or just explain to me why. You know, I actually wouldn't have. I wouldn't mind if every single one of these movies was, you know, two parts to each movie. I mean, that'd be really cool. I think you get a lot more story out of it. Maybe even 3 parts in the case of Order of the Phoenix. Don't know if you could do 3 parts in Goblet of Fire. Only because they actually did a really good job with Goblet of Fire. I mean, there was some things that were weird and different, but what was, I think, you know, the fire, like when a couple things, like when the fire and like the Goblet of Fire, when Sirius Black talks through the fire, I thoroughly enjoyed that, but for whatever reason, and Order of the Phoenix, it was just ridiculous. And what's interesting too is like the same director did Order of the Phoenix and all the ones subsequent after that. I mean, they only got better, the movies, but it's just like, how did the same director make or how could it be that the same director made that and also made the amazing movies that were, you know, Half-Blood Prince and Deathly Hallows? It's like, what? Where did this, you know? It's like, where did this come from? It's just so out of place. It's like a Mystery Science Theater type movie. But anyway, so I think I'm gonna wrap this up, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a comment. Please subscribe. Really, guys. We absolutely love. You know, it's really helpful to us when we get subscribers. You know, I guess interact with us. We try to answer every comment like on our videos as possible. Like if you send us a message, we'll get back to you within 24 hours. Obviously only right now, just because we're still so. I mean, we don't have a whole lot of subscribers, but you know, but we do try to you know I guess be more community oriented. So anyway, so thanks for watching. This thing's telling me thanks for playing, but yes, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like the videos if you like them, and we'll see you guys next time.